help me welcome a special guest tonight, Payne.
Yeah! Come on! I fucking cheer you on! You better cheer me on! Alright, St. Catharines, who wants to be my motherfucking power team? That was like Welland style. Okay, we can do one more. Who wants to be on my motherfucking power team?
Don't worry, it's not a white power team. Maybe deceptive, but you guys seem like a good crowd tonight. You're having a good time so far, I can tell. Yeah, I get to tour for this a little bit. It's true, I get to make a little bit of money. Someone clapped at the back, one of the comics, clearly. But I've been across this country a few times, and one thing I noticed is that every province has a Bedford. They do, even Quebec. In Bedford, Quebec, I ran into a Scottish guy. You know what I'm talking about? Or kick your finger in your book. That was my grandfather. But this guy was learning French too, so he was like, voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Ce soir? That's a stupid one. I only tell stupid jokes, just so you know. I started wrong. I've been watching entirely too much porn. You know how I know? I've started running into people that I know in porn. Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to stop? Or should I politely finish to acknowledge their body of work? I'm just trying to say I'm really proud my brother got a job. And my stepmom found her pension. Oh, it's okay, they're not related. I did the whitest hobby during the pandemic. This is a while ago now, but I kind of kept it up. You know what the whitest hobby is? It's my ancestry DNA. Because we're always just trying to find our way out, you know? But I'm really glad that I did because I won. That's right, I'm black. I am 1% black from Central Africa, guys, so you better watch your fucking N-words around me from here on out. Or I'll kick the shit out of you with the rest of me and get away with it. Because that's how that works. I also found out something I really didn't want to know. I found out that I'm half from Welland. I love laughs, I do. I love the weird ones, this one over here. It's like my puppy at home when he's trying to communicate, you know? Oh yeah, I understand you want food, it's okay. But I like the weird ones. I like the Like, that guy's great. He's also a dolphin. But my favorite laugh has to be that gold standard, you know what I'm talking about? The snorter. Because how the hell do you go from hee to... I have no idea. I think it's also, though, because snorters are clearly the squirters of the laugh world. And I just want to get wet. I seem like you have a little darkness in you in here tonight, I can tell. Whoop, whoop, over here, once again. She's chatty. I don't know. You guys ever fall down a rabbit hole on your phone? Yeah, like you start off at kittens, 5 swipes later, what are you at? Murder! Not like first-degree murder, not like intentional, like, that guy, he slept with my husband, and now I have to murder him. Nothing like that, nothing so serious. It's more like third-degree murder, you know, oops. It was an accident murder, like man's laughter. It's spelled the same, sorry. That's really crazy. But yeah, third-degree murder. Like there's a guy standing across from a girl, and you know, he pulls a big old knife out of his pocket, he lines it up real good, and she goes, bro, I really don't want to do this. And he just goes, don't worry, sis, I've done this a million times. And he takes that knife and he throws it and it hits her in the head and she falls down dead. And at the top of the screen, it just flashes NSFW. Not safe for work. And at the bottom of the screen, it just scrolls, do not try this at home. So my only question is, where the fuck am I supposed to practice? Oh wow, that was too dark for you guys. Woo! Gotta take those swings, right? I don't know if you guys have noticed at this point, but I got a weird body. I got no ass. And I am fat as fuck from the waist up specifically. Like I look like a paraplegic after an evangelical miracle. Like I wheeled my way into a Southern Baptist church. Gentle preacher reached out and touched me on the shoulder and spoke in tongues. And so I stood up and walked away from that wizard. This is just dumb. I told you, dumb jokes. Just the way we're gonna do it. It's interesting. We all come from somewhere. I come from East End, Toronto originally. It's okay. It's like for Superman at this point. But yeah, I grew up in the East End of Toronto in the 80s. I'm 45 years old, so you can imagine being fat, redheaded, and asthmatic. Not cool. Not cool at all. I got beat up so much that my dad didn't know what to do. And so he was like, well, why don't you just go up to their houses and knock on the door and tell on them to their moms? And that's how I got beat up by a lot of moms. Shit rolls downhill, right? There's this one piece of shit, this piece of human trash, this 8-year-old. He used to roll around my neighborhood in his fucking big wheel. Do you guys remember big wheels? It's like a cheap plastic tricycle, but your ass is on the ground. It's got like Hot Wheels and Ninja Turtles. And in my little brother's case, My Little Pony just slapped on the ass. Don't you shame him. So anyway, this fucking asshole, he used to roll around our neighborhood in that thing, taking pot shots at people's houses. Like you'd hear him coming, because those things are just cheap plastic, right? And he like comes to a halt in front of your house, gets off that thing, whips out his machine gun and just goes to town. Or for millennials, brat brat. But I thought we were cool because he'd never shot at my house. So one day I was sitting on the front porch with my dad, and that piece of human trash rolled up, parked right in our driveway, took careful aim right at me and fired. I was so fucking pissed! I jumped up and I started to charge at him. My dad reached out and he grabbed me, and he goes, sweetie, sweetie, remember your asthma. What, your dad's not gay as fuck? Like that shit came in handy. You know how bears, they come in pairs? Well, my other dad was a little slower and a little fatter, but my little kid brain thought he was letting those bullies get that first punch in, because I get hit and I'd be falling backwards and I'd just see my dad's big man paw come out of nowhere onto this kid's shoulder, and he'd lean in with his thick dick breath. You leave my boy alone, or I'll make daddy leave mommy. And that kid was like, what? He's like, oh, fuck your dad! All right, I felt a little pullback on that one. Good on you, St. Catherine's. Probably think I'm a homophobe. That's just because you don't know me. What you don't know is that I'm gay. Culturally. Like we are who and where we came from, right? Well, I don't just have gay dads. I have gay moms too, it's true. I have 4 gay parents. I'm first generation heterosexual. Which means I dabble. How could you not? There's so much beautiful cock in the air, grab it out of nowhere, give it a kiss, and set it on its way. If you do a good job, it leaves a trail. This is the point of my act where at least half of you guys are like, what the fuck? How do 4 gay people make this clearly male lesbian? It's pretty straightforward. My parents were together until I was 8, and then my mom got a haircut. Anyway, back to that shitty kid from 30 years ago, you know, the kid in his big wheel. Fucking brap, you know that guy? I finally figured out why he was shooting at me that day. It's because I had a goddamn GT snow racer and he didn't. You guys remember GT snow racers? It's like the Ferrari of sleds. All the other shittier kids had what? A crazy carpet. Ding, ding, ding. The fruit roll-up of sleds. Get your little brother to unpeel it and hold it down. You jump on, go down a hill, off a cliff, and die. Those were the days. So anyway, I'm a petty fucker. I've been holding on to this shit my whole life. And so I found him on Facebook last week. And he's my age, so stupid. And he listed his phone number, so I gave him a call. I said, "Hey, motherfucker, do you remember me? Do you remember Mike Payne?" And he was like, "Oh, vaguely." It was like 35 years ago. I said, "Well, I just want you to know, I put a fresh coat of wax on my GT." And I hung up the phone. 3 minutes later, he calls me back. He says, "Mike, I know I hurt you all those years ago, but do me a favor, go up to your front window and have a look outside." So I hung up the phone, went up to my front window, pulled back the blind, and what did I see? Well, it was a fat as fuck 40-year-old piece of shit on his goddamn big wheel taking pot shots at my house, guys. Don't hold grudges. It's never worth it. All right, I'm gonna tell one really dark one and get out of here. Does that sound good? Awesome. Cool. He's the guy. So I'm 45, like I said before. I've had some time to do a couple good things, right? Like we do some charity, etc. Probably the best thing that I've ever done with my life at this point. I don't have kids yet, so that'll probably be the best thing. But no, I used to foster dogs. My ex-wife and I used to foster dogs. Yeah, we used to foster palliative care dogs, which means that we're better than you people. Our last little, it eats you up. It's fucking really hard to tell this joke even, like you can tell, right? This fucking little guy, our last little guy, this little fucking dog, little white dog named Arthur, out of Quebec, so you can imagine. It's a little fucked up. Like he had one eye that was always watching the weather, and his other eye was firmly planted on my crotch. Like he knew where my dick was even when I didn't. So anyway, he bonded really strongly with my ex and not me, unfortunately. You know, primary person, that person. She worked outside of the house, I worked at home. Not a good mix, right? So when she would go to work every day, our little guy would go up to the front door and just do this. For like 3 hours, until his little arthritic asshole would get tired, and he'd slink down to the ground and just suction cup in place, and write in shit hieroglyphics for the next 3, "Where's mommy?" Until she get home. You guys don't like this one. Cool, that's awesome. I'm still doing it. So anyway, I figured out how to stop him one day. Because all dogs kind of have this thing that they can't not do. Like if you do this, trust me, your dog will love you forever. You'll be its best friend no matter what. And that is like he'd be doing that shit and I'd creep up behind him and I'd stretch out my foot, take off my sock, and splay out my toes and let him go to town. Until he would come. Oh, shut the fuck up. That was his Make-A-Wish. So anyway, my ex-wife and I, we used to like to have sex. Surprise, surprise. But you couldn't leave the guy downstairs because he's a foster and he might destroy something, you know, or might choke on something, all the worry, right? And you can't really leave him beside the bed because there's no tempo to fuck to. So I used to have to pick him up, put him on the end of the bed, and he was a cuddler. So I'd have to preemptively stretch back that foot, splay out those toes, and let him go to town. Until I would come. That was my Make-A-Wish. Thanks very much, guys. Have a nice day.